So we've been talking about John Piaget's cognition stage theory, and we have sensory motor was the first one, which is from birth. I don't have the right pen. From birth, 0 years old to 2 years old, and this is sensory motor. All they have is sensation and a little bit of motor skills. Then they move into pre-operational stage, which picks up at 2 years and goes to about 6 years old. As we said, it's a gradual process. And now we're getting into the third stage of his 4. I made a mistake earlier and said it was 3. So the next stage is called concrete. Concrete operational. Operational. So what does that mean as opposed to pre-operational? We saw pre-operational. I gave this example about not realizing that the same amount of water is transferred from one cup to the other. That would be not having their concrete ideas quite in there. They're not able to think from other points of view, which is sort of a concrete thing. They are now able to think about any simple thing like this. Anything that has a physical representation, they can now have in their head. So, physical representation. They can think logically, and they can do some hypothetical situations. Like if you try to tell them a story, like I told you this little story about having two people sitting across the table from each other. But if you tell the kid, all right, Sally put her toy in a box, and then Sally went outside. So she's outside now, outside of the playhouse. And then Billy comes in, and Billy takes the toy and runs back outside before she gets back. And then Sally comes back in the room, and to use blue for Sally. And then you ask her, where is she going to look for the toy? Then kids in the pre-operational stage would be likely to say, oh, well, she'll go find Billy because she knows he took it, or just that she'll go to Billy. But now that they're in this concrete operational stage and that they can take on different perspectives, they realize that people are different from them. They've lost this egocentric quality. Now they're able to think from Sally's point of view and see that she didn't know that Billy came and took her toy. That's one of the classic thought experiments there that they give to these 6 or 7 to 11-year-olds to see if they're in the concrete operational stage or if they're still in pre-operational.